Confident for School, it's Mrs. Lee here. It's assembly number 1 and it's the week beginning the 13th of June 2022. How are you? You're good? Ah, fabulous. Me? Yeah, I'm good too. The sun's out. Yay! I'm celebrating. Right, routine time. Let's have a look at the board. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Well, I can see that the long hand, you know it, the minute hand is on the 6th. And I know that that means, yes, you're right, past. I look to the short hand, that's the hour hand. It's pointing in between the 10 and 11. And I know that it is, that's right, 10:30. Let's move to our language of the month. Do you remember I said Mrs. Turner was going to change it? Well, thank you to Nicholas in class 5 for his wonderful idea. We are learning to speak in Greek. Greek is a language that is spoken in Greece. There's lots of ways to say hello, but I'm going to say yasu. You say it, yasu. Now, if you want to know more about the Greek language and actually look at how they write the letters, it's amazing. Come to the front of the school where Mrs. Lee's office is. There is a wonderful display, lots of books for you to read all about Greece, and you can start learning some of those letters. I hope to see you there. Let's have a look and see if our Makaton sign has changed. It has. Have a look. Ah. Can you read? Father, Dad. You need to put 2 fingers like this, cross them over, and as you say Dad or Daddy or Father, you need to tap. Ready? Daddy. You do it. Daddy, Dad, Father. Just 2 taps. That's it. Well done, everybody. So there is our routine. We've done it all. I wonder if you can see behind Mrs. Lee. Remember where you sit to have your lunch? Can you see? I've started to make another little display. Mrs. Lee would like to think about fathers and families. Okay, now I know that everybody's family is different. In my family, there are 4 of us, and 1 of them is a girl, that's me, and 3 of them are boys, 1 of them being a daddy, and 2 of them being brothers. Now, I know that that's not the same for maybe Mrs. Rankin. I know in Mrs. Rankin's house, she's got 4, that's the same. There's a mummy, that's her. There is a daddy, but there is a girl and a boy. There's a brother and a sister, her son and daughter. I bet if you look around in your classroom and you look at your class teacher, maybe you might be brave enough to ask them about their family. I bet they are all different, including your family. There are lots of different families here. Can you see a family that looks like yours? I wonder if it's there. Keep looking. But I would like to think about daddies. Now, some of us will have a daddy that lives in our house. Some of us might not have a daddy that lives in our house, all right? Because we are all, that's right, different. But I want to think about the men that maybe do come into your house. Maybe you've got a granddad or a big brother or an uncle or a cousin, or maybe mummy's got a boyfriend, maybe you've got a stepdad. Maybe we are talking about your dad and he comes to visit sometimes, all right? Or maybe your dad does live at home. I don't know, but let's little think about them. Because I bet they do lots of good things for us. I bet they do lots of helping, all right? And I think that we need to say thank you. In fact, I'm going to share with you this little booklet here, All right, and in this little booklet here, if you want to come and have a look at it, it talks about where did Father's Day come from. Now, I remember we talked about Mother's Day, and that went way back into the past, even to Roman times, when children, do you remember, the children had to work all the time, and they only had one day off, which was Christmas, or maybe they had a day when they could go back to their family, see their mum, and they used to pick the flowers on the way, didn't they, and give flowers to their mum. Now, Father's Day isn't as old. It's about 100 years old, not very long ago at all, okay? And it always happens on a Sunday, and it is the third Sunday in June. So for us coming up, it's going to be the 19th of June, and that's the last day of this week, all right? And, like I said, it's only 100 years old. In fact, it originates from America. And there was a girl called Sonora Smart Dodd, and she didn't have a mummy, so her daddy had to look after her and her 5 brothers and sisters. Oh, that's a big family, isn't it? And if you look really carefully, can you see that their clothes are a little bit different? They're at the beach. It's an unusual swimwear attire for a man, but that's what they used to wear in the olden days. Anyway, she thought it would be a good idea that at the church on the Sunday, they would give out to all the fathers one of these. Can you see that? What's that? Yeah, it's a red rose. A red rose. So I thought what we could do is put some red rose colouring in our research centre. So if you would like to come and colour in a rose, you could take it to your dad. Or maybe you'd like just to write a little note. And remember, Mrs. Lee's got her little box of notes. Okay. Now we know when it is, third Sunday in June, coming up soon. And now we know why we do it, to say thank you. I thought maybe we could have a quick look at a book. Because you know Mrs. Lee likes a book. Now, I've got 2 books. I've got this one, which is called My Dad is Brilliant. And last time we read My Mum is Brilliant, when it was Mother's Day. And then I've got another one called My Dad. I quite like this one as well. It's a bit like My Mum. I think we read the other version of this one by a man called Anthony Browne. Anthony Browne is a really famous author. And we've read lots of his books. I think in year 1 you've just been reading about Willie the Champ. Well, he wrote this book. He's the same author. Right, are we ready? Good listening ears. My Dad by Anthony Browne. Oh gosh, look at that face. He's all right, my dad. My dad isn't afraid of anything. Even the big bad wolf. He can jump right over the moon and walk on a tightrope without falling off. He can wrestle with giants or win the Father's Day race on Sports Day easily. He's all right, my dad. My dad can eat like a horse. And he can swim like a fish. He's as strong as a gorilla and as happy as a hippopotamus. He's all right, my dad. My dad is as big as a house and as soft as my teddy. He's as wise as an owl and as daft as a brush. He's all right, my dad. My dad's a great dancer and a brilliant singer. He's fantastic at football and he makes me laugh a lot. I love my dad. And do you know what? He loves me, and he always will. And I think that's a really important message, because even if you don't see your dad, all right, your dad loves you, all right? Dads are all right, aren't they? Okay, so come and have a little look at the display. Come and find in the research centre the roses to colour in, or maybe take a card like we have done before and use your brilliant phonics and your common exception words to write a really lovely thank you to your father or your dad, or to the man that's in your life who helps you a lot. It could be your granddad. Right, Mrs. Lee's going to finish there. I hope that you've been using your good listening ears, your good looking eyes. Remember what I talked to you about last week about the lanyards? Keep a close eye out for that in case we have any visitors. Oh, what else do we need to think about? Oh, yes! On Friday, we are going to have our Ice Cream Friday event again. So if you have some money, £1, you can come and give it to me, or maybe Mrs. Beecher, or maybe Mrs. Cook. Who knows who's going to be out there? We would love to see you come to our ice cream shop and get yourself a lolly. To have, if it's lovely and warm, and I think the weather's starting to get a little bit hotter, so we need to wear our sunshades and our sun hats. Make sure you slap on that sun cream at home, put it all round, especially on the back of your neck. That's where the sun sometimes can catch. Get that back of your neck, make sure you're all covered up, and I'm hoping to see you around school looking very cool in your sunshades. Right, should we just finish with our school prayer? Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work and all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Right, I'm looking around to give lots of numbers in boxes. Have a lovely week, children. Bye.